is.
Nothing gets better when you're sweaty.
Welcome to another episode of Victor and the Giant Fox Music Review Podcast. I'm here with my co-host, the non-titular Mike.
What's up, guys?
Titular Victor.
Yo.
I'm the Giant Fox, and today we're looking at Current's newest album. The band Current's newest album. Their current album.
Yeah.
The Death We Seek. All right, before we get into the breakdown, Victor, why don't you tell us a little bit more about your canyon hiking story?
Dude, canyon hiking, man. So my dad brings his stick, right?
Mm-hmm. Walking stick.
His walking stick, dude.
Yeah.
He said he owes the whole trip to his walking stick.
Yeah.
Nice, man.
So I get there, I'm like, well, I mean, yeah, that's weird, but whatever. Everybody's got a stick once we get there, dude. It wasn't weird at all. Man knows what he needs, you know?
Yeah.
So
Except
you didn't
right?
have the walking.
Yeah, I didn't have a stick.
So you were the weird one.
I was a weird one. Exactly. Yeah.
He's like stupid.
Exactly, dude. Yeah, but the stick was like, it was really light. He's like, check this out. And then I grabbed it. It was like really light.
Mm-hmm.
And it was the middle of like the agave plants, like the long thing that sticks out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know.
Oh,
Those things are strong, dude.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Didn't know you could make a walking stick out of that.
Yeah, but like, you know, when it got really bad, he was like leaning on the stick for his life, dude.
Damn.
man, is there anything more like Phoenix, Arizona than using the agave skeleton as a walking stick to hike up and down the Grand Canyon?
That's
or
amazing.
down and up the Grand Canyon?
That's amazing right there.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Did it have some good bend?
No bend, dude. You
No
can bend
bend.
that thing at all. Yeah.
That's awesome. I
Like
love
every time your dad like stamped on the ground, was it like the Arizona flag? Just like the star and the beams?
Yeah. It was funny because I hear like the stick getting dragged, you know, and then when I would listen for when I didn't hear it anymore because it was time to rest. Then you know,
Yeah,
and I look back
okay.
and like, you know, holding his stick. I was like, all right, Dad, let's go get some shade. You know,
it. Dang, man.
he made it though, dude.
Nice. That's awesome.
Just trucked it out.
Heck yeah.
That's awesome.
Good for him, man. That's
Yeah.
great. Cool. Mike?
I don't think I would do it right now, man. The Grand
I
Canyon?
think you'd make it. I think both of you'd make it. Might take you. What?
It'd take me a long time.
Honestly,
So it was 3 hours down.
Uh-huh.
The whole thing was 11 hours.
Wow.
Yeah.
3 hours down and then the rest of it up. You know, obviously going up is a lot harder. But the hike, you know, along the way, we kept seeing signs warning this hike is for 2 days.
Like, don't go in and back out on the
Yeah,
same
yeah.
day?
Don't
Oh,
go in
okay.
and back out on the same day. It's an extreme. That's an extreme like workout, you know. And then there was like
Yeah.
pictures of a guy throwing up or something. You know?
Yeah.
And so we're on our way up, like 10th hour, you know, like about to die. But we knocked it out, dude.
Nice,
Dang,
man. Nice. So
Yeah.
you guys didn't camp? You just
No,
went and
no.
went back. Ah,
Yeah.
okay. Oh, nice.
Went down,
Same
went
day.
up, dude.
Yep.
Nice.
Dang.
That's like, well, Stephanie and I did the opposite. We did Mount Humphreys, which is the tallest mountain in Arizona.
Sick.
And that was, it's like 8 miles up is what it is. But
dude.
there's some parts where it's kind of like gravelly, like loose rocks.
Yeah.
Luckily that's that's more towards the top. So it's kind of like in the middle of the hike. But because she has a slower pace than me, and because I've been this size my entire life, each step was more strain on me because I had to like walk slower. So, you know,
Yep.
I had some weird thing in my head, like, well, a gentleman would hike behind her, so if she falls, I can catch her. And then about mile 7, I'm like, yeah, if you fall, you're just gonna have to catch yourself. I can't do this. So it got to the point where I would sprint like, I don't know, an eighth of a mile ahead and then just sit down and wait for it because that was easier on my body than the slow steps.
Dang.
And and then the hike back down, I mean, I've told you both this story probably, but for those of you listening, there had been a storm the week before where there were a bunch of trees like falling in the path.
Mhm.
And the last mile and a half or so was in the dark. So we're trying our best. This is before I had a smartphone, is when I had a little slider. This is like 12 years ago or something.
Yeah.
I had one of those little slider phones. So that little square screen was the only light we had.
Jeez,
And I'm like,
man. That's
trying to
trust.
find the
That's crazy, man.
Yeah, there's like bears bouncing around. It was deer, but there's bears like in the dark, like rustling, making noise. So I'm like, oh, cool. I'm gonna have to kill a bear with a flip phone.
Hey,
Awesome.
that would have been cool, you know. It's like your dad jumping out of a tree and punching a bull.
No. He jumped out of a tree onto a deer and slit its throat.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Freaking awesome. It's in their blood, man.
Yeah.
They just do that stuff.
Yeah.
Says jumps out of a tree, attacks a dog.
Oh.
Oh, sorry, 70. Don't sneak up on me.
That's amazing.
Did you just call my wife a dog?
He did.
Hey, that is-
That was smooth.
That
man.
was
way to
such
pass it on to the next guy,
That was
bro.
a quick one, man. No, he did it. I was like,
Double it, pass it on. I like
Man.
that. Nice.
dang.
Um,
Can't even say no
Yeah.
to that. I did it, I guess.
I have to say no because my wife's a beautiful angel.
yeah.
There you
who
go.
Almost killed me that night with the slow hiking. It's okay. She was there. She knows exactly what happened. She
Well, I
knows
always
I'm not
panic when I'm on a hike
exaggerating.
and I see the sun at the horizon. I panic, and that was happening with my dad. I was like, Dad, it gets dark. Like we have to make it before it gets dark.
Right.
We got to go.
Well, that and the buses stopped running. We hit the last bus, and that bus takes us to where the cars are parked.
Okay.
Otherwise, it's a walk, like however long that is.
It's
Oh
another
my
like
God.
2-hour walk.
Yeah, dude.
Dad, you ever seen the movie Pitch Black? That's going to happen as soon as the sun goes down.
Look at my eyes. I'm not Vin Diesel. We need to move.
Can you see? I can't see. You've been eating carrots? I don't eat carrots anymore.
Not enough. That's cool, man. Nice.
Yeah.
That is cool, man.
All right. Well, it's enough story time. Let's
All right.
get
Yeah.
into the breakdown of The Death We Seek by Currents.
Yeah.
All right, Mike, why don't you kick us off?
All right, man. So, starting out with The Death We Seek's
Mm-hmm.
title track, The Death We Seek.
All right.
Dude, starts out freaking strong, man.
Mm-hmm.
Really heavy. This is their like flagship song, you know, like they released this as a single, I think. And then it was their first music video back where they dropped the new album,
okay.
you know. Great song. Super heavy. It kind of it draws you into what it's gonna sound like later on. Like this makes you think that it's all heavy, like super deathy, and you know it's got metalcore elements and everything in there.
Mm-hmm.
Really like this song. Sets the stage, I think, very well. The lyrics are great. The cleans, you know, cleans are great. This guy's voice is awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Going back into Living in Tragedy.
Mm-hmm.
This song was crazy. The difference between this and the first one, this song is just it's got so much, almost like I guess deathcore.
Mm-hmm.
It's more deathcore than the first song. This
Got
one
some more
is
pulp
just
to it.
yeah, a
Yeah.
little bit of pulp in there,
Alright.
you know.
Mhm.
It's face melting. This one's it's a really heavy driving track. Unfamiliar is where things change, and this is where my notes begin. So this album did something that not a lot of albums do for me. The first three songs, the first song like totally captured me. The first three songs are completely different, and they kept me interested.
Mhm.
You know, let's see. Song 3 is the first song. It's let's see. You reach the first solo in this song.
Yes.
It was a great solo, great guitar solo.
Mhm.
That is one knock I'm gonna give them, man. Not enough solos.
Not
in
enough
this.
solos.
Mm-hmm.
Not
How
enough
would you
solos.
count in the whole album?
I think there's 3.
I think I found
4.
2, and then you could argue for a third, as
third.
far as from what I remember. But
Yeah.
you may have caught one that I didn't.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, it might be 2. It's very few, and I think
You
it's
know,
like this song and the last song.
Right. Yeah.
Like the only
Yeah.
Yeah, there might be one more in there somewhere.
See, I said that about Spirit Box, and we had somebody comment and say that no, there is a solo in the album, or and then he named the song, and I went to the song, and I'm like,
It's not a solo.
just because the guitar is playing the lead doesn't mean it's a solo.
Yeah.
Although technically, I guess it would because it's solo. But it's not.
No,
I
no.
got you.
Yeah.
I got you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see. Cleans mostly in the beginning of this song, and then the latter half of the song is mostly heavies
Mhm.
and screaming. You know, very very punchy.
Yeah.
Like it's they change it up. I like their sound that they're going for in this album. Over and over. Has a great groove.
Did you do So Alone?
No,
The fourth one?
no, I didn't. Okay, song 4, So Alone. Let's see. Song is heavy. Reminds me of Breaking Benjamin and As I Lay Dying. Like,
Okay. I
yeah,
can
like they
see
had
that,
a
yeah.
baby. It's got
Right.
a little bit of ocean between us in there,
Mhm.
which is cool. It's a
Yeah, that
callback.
sounds nice.
This
Yeah.
album for me was kind of a callback in certain areas to older bands,
Right.
and I liked that a lot.
Pre-jail sentence.
Yeah. You okay?
What? Yeah, I'm great, man. Just trying to read my notes.
Oh yeah, you can't read your writing.
Those old eyes, man.
Man.
I'm just ready to
Catches
keep
up
going,
fast,
you know?
man.
I'm just ready
Yeah,
to
yeah.
keep going.
Yeah.
All right, man.
Over and over. Has a great groove. Changing from the first half, the drums are clean. Still driving, but a lighter tone with heavy drops. Little sprinkles of heaviness in this song.
I like the
Alright.
guitar, the chorus, the guitars in the chorus. for
Yeah.
This one.
This one, yeah, definitely. It had, that grooviness in it.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
changed up the pace, which I liked a lot.
Mhm.
And this being song 5, it kind of just starts melding the first half, which is like super heavy,
Mhm.
and then more of the singing type songs, where it's just groovy and has more open air,
Right.
which I feel like that would be something I'd kind of knock these guys for, but it's a nitpick is they do that wall of sound that you're always talking
Mhm.
about, where it's like you're just kind of completely immersed in sound and
Yeah.
it doesn't breathe. Like,
Right.
if they allowed it to breathe a little bit more and the instruments were more distinct, I think I would have liked it a lot more, because
Mhm.
there's crazy music happening everywhere.
Yeah.
And if you zone into one thing, you're like, oh man, that sounds so cool, but you can barely hear it.
Mhm.
I want it kind of distinct,
Yeah. I bet they'd be I would be interested to see them live, to see
Oh,
how
yeah.
these songs play live, because I suspect that these songs are a lot better live than just
Mhm.
one after another, like in
Yeah.
order, just back to front. On
They
the
got
album.
a great live performance.
Okay.
Like, they sound the same, which
Yeah,
is
nice.
pretty cool and
Yeah.
rare for bands.
Yeah.
Let's see. We got Beyond This Road. There we go. Kicks right back off with that signature sound, a full immersion and heavy atmospheric depth. Then slows down the chorus, which I thought was really cool. The chorus
Yeah.
gets really slow,
Yeah.
and then it's that same kind of drawn out type, singing.
What I noticed on that one as well is, I think it was the first or the second track. I mean, I think they did it in a few of the songs where they have the cleans, and then like way in the background they have that really low scream doing
Yeah.
the same lyrics as the vocals.
Yeah.
That was something I picked up and I thought was cool. I don't know that I'd want to hear it every song, every album from them,
Right.
but I thought it worked.
Yeah, I like how as the album goes on, they kind of play around more with different vocal stuff.
Right.
Because the first half of the album, the singer kind of hits the same vocal tone
Mhm.
for the first like 3 songs, and then it starts changing after I think song 5. Like,
Yeah.
he starts adding different kind of singing elements. It slows down for some air, then goes right back in. Reminds me of classic Fit for a King. I can't remember that name of that album.
The most recent one?
No. It's like their third album. I think their third album. Anyway,
Youth / I can't remember what it is. Yeah.
something like that.
Sorry, go ahead.
Something like that. Let's see. We got Vengeance. Changes things up with no cleans.
Yeah.
This song was pretty cool.
This reminded me of those bands like As I Lay Dying, even Haste the Day, where they'd have the first like 2/3 of the album, and they'd have to drop a sludge buster in there to like mix things up.
Yeah.
That's what this song is, the sludge buster.
Yeah. No, it really is. And the what was cool was no cleans, just brutal straight through.
Yeah.
And then I said about 6 different screams.
Yeah.
Because the chorus is still him screaming.
Right.
Like
Oh,
it's just a different kind of scream that he does for the chorus. Which I thought was great. It was but my least favorite song, oddly enough.
Right.
Yeah,
to me that wasn't a song that I'd pick out and listen to.
Yeah.
But it works in the flow of the album, I think.
And one cool thing I like about this album is I feel like you can pick any song and use it as like the lead song for the album. Like any song works.
I would agree with that, except for Vengeance.
Except maybe not for Vengeance. Gone Astray. A great mix of everything before it. More synth throughout this song that I thought was pretty good than the other songs. Cleans are good, and there's halftime beats throughout this song, which is a little different. Like it's normally like, breakdowny, more like deathcore,
right?
Heavy metalcore breakdowns.
Right. This was the first song that I was like, well, not the first song, but this was I'm like, man, this needs a guitar solo. The song would do so well with just like a nice long, not like I Am the Lion, but like still a long 20-30 second guitar solo.
Yes.
I think
it would have been great, man.
Beautiful.
If they had more solos, I think this album would have just been great. Remember Me, a storytelling song. I felt like the beginning riffs remind me of old school bands. Love the chorus, vocals. The vocals had distortion on them in this song, which I thought was really cool. Like his own distortion. Right. Like he had that cool. It was almost like a rock sing,
a little grungier vocal.
A little grungier, yeah. Tasty licks and hooks towards the end of the song. I thought that was great because not a lot of the songs have any hooks in them.
Right.
There's, like that's something you could say about a band like As I Lay Dying. They've always been great at hooks. You're just like, man, you can just remember songs off the hooks.
Yeah.
This album doesn't really have that, except for songs like this one.
Right.
Then Guide Us Home. Last song. Great way to end the album. Mostly cleans here, but builds up the aggression into a great solo and keeps your interest for the end. I thought it was a good closer. Yeah, it was I like the concept of the album. Very dark and way different from the other album that we were talking about before.
Right.
It was mostly serious, like really serious and in-depth concepts for each song. The lyrics are great. Like really, really good songwriting on this. I give them a 9, man.
Nice.
I give this a 9.
Dude.
I really enjoyed it.
Nice.
Cool.
Really, really enjoyed it. Yeah.
Nice.
What do you guys think?
Victor, what you think, man?
I didn't listen to it as much as I wanted to, but from what I did hear, I thought the album was good. It was really fast paced, and like you mentioned earlier, like if they let it breathe more, maybe I would have liked it more. Or maybe it would have been more memorable to me because when I did stop and try to focus on what the instruments were doing, it was great. Like the musicianship and everything was like real tight and spot on. But like you said, it was like they didn't really focus on it, which is cool in a way too, because it's like you hear the riff and you're like, man, I wish they played that again. But I think that's kind of cool too. Like, they're not going to stick there. They're going to let you remember that and come back for that little piece. I like that they do that,
Yeah.
But I definitely go back and listen to this some more to maybe see what I really think. But right off the back, I think I'd give it a 7,
7?
I thought it was good, but not enough to really hook me on the first few listens.
Right.
Yeah.
Nice, dude.
Nice, man. Yeah, I'd probably meet you there, Victor. I gave it a 7.5.
Okay.
Right on.
good. I would not turn it off if it came on. I don't know that I'm seeking out the whole album, but there's a couple songs in there. What was it? Probably Gone Astray. No. Which one was it? There was Unfamiliar with the guitar solo. I think I'd do that one. Over and Over I liked. And probably Guide Us Home, I think, were the three that I would probably listen to.
Yeah.
You know, while not researching the album.
Yeah.
Right.
But overall, I thought it was good. There was, I mean, I don't know if I can say anything that wouldn't be rehashing what you said, Mike,
Mhm.
but it did have some vocals. I like finding good mid-range vocals, like clean vocals,
Yeah.
because I feel like aside from like Howard Jones, it feels like everyone's just trying to see how high pitched they can go.
Yes.
And that's not everybody across the board, but like bands that I don't already listen to, it feels like that's the thing a lot, where we just see how high we can get it. And there are some bands like what is that? I forgot what it was, but like you just brought them up. Fit for a King has an element of that. Phineas they don't do it too bad, actually. I don't know why I brought them up. There's a song I'm trying to that is in my head and I can't remember who does it.
Sing it for us, Titus.
I don't even think I could.
Just let it out.
I don't know. My brain's just kind of bouncing around right now. But
bounce between the two songs you play.
oh my gosh, it's gonna drive me crazy. Anyways, Fit for a King has done it. Wage War has done it, where they go higher than I would like to hear some of the time. But
Right.
but I mean, As I Lay Dying did it with Josh when he was
Yeah.
there.
Yeah,
and I liked those. But I think it's because he was going with the music and not like trying to get way up there.
There's
Yeah.
a difference between when they sing it and then when they sing it like with the music.
Right.
The aggression's there, and they're in it as much as the screamer
Right.
is. I love that.
Yeah.
But when it's just whiny,
Yeah.
and
Right.
it doesn't,
Right.
it's just chorus again.
Yeah.
I don't feel it. I'm not engaged with it. It's not
Mhm.
dynamic for me. But yeah, like you're
Right.
saying, a lot of those bands, they do have high pitched screams, which is or sings, which is
Yeah.
weird, and I like it.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
But like, I mean, even Howard Jones there, like when they covered Holy Diver, even he goes way up there, but it's different because it fits, it goes, but anyway, so I like that about these guys. I don't know why that was my main takeaway from this album,
Nice
but that's
middle
what
tone voice.
that's maybe because I know I can't go super high when I try to sing, but the mid-range guys give me hope, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I liked both guitar solos. Probably the one in Unfamiliar I liked a little more. I felt like it was a little longer, a little more
Good.
I don't know, a little more meat to it.
Yeah.
But yeah, overall 7.5 is what I did.
Nice, man. Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that.
If you liked what you watched on YouTube, or if you like what you heard, if you're listening to audio, we'd appreciate if you like, subscribe, rate, comment, review, whatever you can do on the platform that you're watching. It's free to you and it really helps us out, and we would very much appreciate it. If you subscribe, we're not going to hit you with a bunch of videos. It's like one video or two videos a week at most is what we put out, maybe a short. So we're not going to flood your subscription feed. But yeah, I think you'd like it. This is episode 80. I think it's going to be 79 or 80.
Yeah.
So we got a nice big catalog for you to check out. So check that out. Let us know what you think. Drop a comment if you're on YouTube, or shoot us an email, whatever. We love hearing from you guys. If there's a band who recently released an album that you want us to check out, let us know. We've done probably 4 or 5 watcher/listener suggested bands, so I like it when we do that. Usually keeps us out of the form we're in.
Keeps it interesting.
That's how we ended up in a power metal streak.
That was fun, man. That was fun.
That was cool.
Yeah. Which we'll be diving back into that soon. I think there's a couple albums for us to check out there still. But yeah, with that, let's just get on out of here.
All right, man.
You know? Outro.